So Scheider, in their research around particularly alcoholic families, recognized that there's four kinds of ways in which you operate as dysfunctional. Now, the nice way to think about this is like a mobile, right? As soon as there's an imbalance, everything else has to adjust to bring back balance. Now, what Westchester realized is that this doesn't just relate to alcoholic families in terms of dysfunctional families, but it also relates to, say, rigid, dogmatic families, narcissism, any of those kinds of dysfunctional things. Now, again, it's helpful to know when you behave in a particular way, but you can't always understand why you've behaved that way. And there are four ways. You become the hero, the performer. You always do well. You always want to do well. This is your way in which you take away the tension within a dysfunctional family. Or you become the rebel. The focus becomes you, and so you misbehave and you do things that draws attention to you and away from the dysfunctionality in their family. Or you become the lost child. You don't want to add anything more. You don't want to be another problem here. So you just go quiet. You read. You do other things. You don't really engage. You're a lost child. Or you become the clown. That's me. I broke the tension by bringing humor, by always being silly. And that was my way. And I recognize I still do this. So as soon as I feel uncomfortable in work or anywhere else, I use humor as a way to deflect the sense of feeling uncomfortable. And it's helpful again to know this. Knowledge is power. Now that I recognize that's how I balance the baby mobile, and that's how I am changing and reacting in order to deal with different things, it helps me to recognize that. It helps me to then recognize when things are not going well. That's why I'm feeling uncomfortable. This is why I'm using humor. Knowledge is power.